I'm touring the incredible hotel inside Universal's newest theme park, and I mean it. It's pretty much inside the park. Universal Helios Grand Hotel has soft opened, and as you can see, this hotel looks out directly over Epic Universe, the newest theme park to join the Universal Orlando lineup opening on May 22nd. We are here at Helios Grand to experience everything this hotel has to offer, including the How to Train Your Dragon themed kids suite, standard rooms, all of the dining, and even the early entry perk that will get you in to Epic Universe an hour before it opens in a dedicated park entrance. Basically, we've got a ton to see, and that all starts with check-in. It is opening day, so the lobby is absolutely poppin', and we were able to check in this morning by entering in and heading to the check-in desks to the right here. Now, one thing I do recommend is checking in online in advance. You will get an email asking you to do this a few days prior to your arrival, and it means you get to get in a shorter line compared to a longer one because there's less to do when you check in. But regardless, you do have to head to this desk, which is where you'll get your room keys. Now, I'm covering all of my bases, so I do in fact have two rooms. We've got a How to Train Your Dragon kids room, and we've got a standard room with a park view. So we're gonna see a lot of what you can get when you're staying here at Helios Grand. But our rooms aren't quite ready yet. It is a little early. Your rooms aren't guaranteed to be ready until 4 p.m. And it's early, it's about 1 right now. So we're gonna start by trying out some food. For 3 meals a day, you can head to Flora Taverna. This is a casual dining spot serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner with imported ingredients and a Mediterranean-inspired menu. I'm really excited to give it a shot. The restaurant itself is beautiful, and they serve things that I really like gyros and handhelds and salads and skewers. So we're gonna try out a good chunk of the menu. I am here with Miranda and one of our off-camera reporters, one of our editors actually. We're pretty much gonna do everything there is here, eat as much as we possibly can, give you the most comprehensive coverage as possible of every restaurant and the entire hotel. Of course, in between all the meals and checking out the rooms, we'll also be doing a complete walk of the hotel to see all of the amenities that are offered here. Don't worry, we will be covering if you should get booking or keep looking, because there are some huge pros to this hotel, and as always some cons, and we're gonna learn about the whole picture. All right, here is the appetizer and entree course. You'll notice like saganaki. This is the Frito Misto, which those are tentacles, if you didn't catch that. And then a couple of the specialty cocktails that are available here. Entrees are here. We got 4 because we couldn't pick just 3. The hummus bowl, the margarita pizza, a beautiful looking lamb burger with their fries. And then this is their gyro, which I find interesting because it looks like a wrap. But I suppose a wrap and a gyro are kind of the same thing. And here's Miranda. Okay, great news, the room is ready. So best part of a hotel tour, seeing where you're gonna sleep. That's what you're paying for after all, in addition to all the cool amenities and perks. But it's probably the most important part. We are seeing 2 rooms, because why go small when you can go big? That's what they say in the biz. Anyway, let's go. Room reveal. This is our How to Train Your Dragon Kids Suite, which we have as a connecting room. Okay, so it's big. It's a big room. We've got bathroom, main bedroom with a king bed, this room, which does have a sofa bed in it, and the kids' room. It's the creme de creme of it all. It's Park View. And this is really awesome because we actually booked a Park View standard room, but we didn't buy a Park View How to Train Your Dragon room. But they gave us the connecting room since both rooms were my name, which meant we kind of got a little bit of an upgrade, which was very, very sweet of them. And now look, Park View. Oh, it's incredible. Or should I say epic? It's epic. We have a lot of room to see though, so that is what we're going to do. We've got to explore this room. Then we've got to explore the next room. Then we've got to get dinner, lunch, at the rooftop bar Helios. We have an exciting couple of hours ahead of us, and that's before we even check out the rest of the hotel. So buckle up. When you enter into the room, you obviously enter through your door here, which has a couple of important features. You've got a little peephole, plus the standard lock that you get on a Universal room. Use your room key to enter. You can deadbolt, put up the little door bar, and you can have these 2 signs for the door. If you would like your room serviced, you can say out on an epic adventure, please service the room. If you would not, you can say counting stars, do not disturb. And the lights in this room are all kind of button controlled and they're all labeled, which is awesome because there are quite a lot of lights. We have this full length mirror where you can see me do this. You know, honestly, my editor usually does the music. I don't know that I needed to do the music there, but I did. Moving on, we come to our tiny kitchen where my phone is sitting. This is obviously not really a kitchen, but it does have some useful amenities, including a microwave, which is not always in hotel rooms and is a great thing for if you have leftovers, which I inevitably do. You've got a coffee machine here with all your coffee options. Fiji waters, which you can buy for $8. If you use them, they will be charged to the room, but then also you've got water glasses and an ice bucket. Below, we have this cabinet that's great for storage. And then you have our mini fridge / cooler here, which is pretty large. Honestly, full, like mini fridge size, plenty of space in there, which is great because this room holds a lot of people. That number is 6. This room holds 6 people. So we have this little kind of mini space, which I don't love that it doesn't have its own window, but it makes sense with the shape of the room, I get. This is a sofa bed. We'll pull it out so we can see what it looks like in action. And of course, do the ever needed bed science to see how comfortable it is. Nice little sofa. We'll go ahead and do sofa science. Whoop. Pretty comfy, honestly. Like, if this were in someone's house, I wouldn't judge them. You know what I mean? And a lot of hotel sofas, I would judge someone if it was in their house. So it's not the most comfy sofa in the world, but it's not uncomfortable. TV in here. This is one of many TVs. You've got your TV and a little bar where your remote is sitting, but you could set stuff down as well. Your chair, time for chair science. Firm, but comfortable. Here you have your little trash bins. There are 2, so you can separate them and have like trash and recycling. We've got our little side table for this bed / the living room. It does have one of the phones, the rundown, which is everything you need to know at the hotel. A little notepad, one of the tablets that you can control the hotel with, and we will explore momentarily, plus this lamp, which is nice, and a drawer as well. The kids' room. Now, one of my favorite things about this is the door. Look at this. Wow, very dragony. It feels like a portal to another world. Just fitting by Epic Universe. The door knocker, unfortunately, does not knock. Probably a good thing. 2 beds in that How to Train Your Dragon Berk theme and a really cool How to Train Your Dragon mural on the wall with Toothless and the kiddos, the little Night Furies. Love so much. The beds have 3 pillows each. One sort of decorative pillow, plus a comfy regular pillow and another comfy regular pillow that's a little bit bigger. And you're kind of back in this hutch. I would caution the kiddos, don't bump your head. I 100% would bump my head in there, so you don't do it. There are little twin-size beds. If someone invited me to stay in this room, I would sleep in that bed with no problem. We will do bed science, of course. Got a middle table here that does look like a log in that Berk style with a lantern. Kids have access to an iPad as well while they're in here. And their own TV, so they can watch probably How to Train Your Dragon in here, which seems like a must. The wall behind the TV has that same rustic wood, faux wood situation, and they have a dresser in here that looks like a cabinet, but is secretly a dresser. A good amount of storage here. And here's your remote for the TV. Underbed situation here. There isn't any, so no storing anything. Super cute room. Any kid, I think, would be excited to sleep in these beds. There's nothing really a kid loves more than a pool and sleeping in a themed bed, and this hotel has both those things. Next up, the king bed in the main bedroom. It is a beautiful king bed. It's got this sort of faux crushed velvet. It's not actually crushed velvet. It's not that soft, but it looks very beautiful. There's the floral headboard. It's like watercolor, 5 pillows and a throw pillow. I like throw pillows because they make it look homey, but I do not use them when I sleep because that would be weird. 2 side tables. They are the exact same with a really big drawer for a side table. Outlets built into the top, 2 standard outlets, USB and USB-C outlets, and another iPad that controls many aspects of the room. Plus, you've got these globe lights next to the beds and reading lights if you've got someone staying up a little later than the other. The other side table is home to another hotel phone, so you don't have to get out of bed if you need something via phone, and another notepad. There's a thermostat control in this room and a separate one for the main space. So lots of thermostats. Then we have this pink chair, another comfy chair to sit in, and a dresser with 6 drawers of equal size. Good amount of storage here as well. I'd be a little nervous about bags in this room. You kind of have to tuck them certain places. If you have a full 6 people, especially if more of those people are adults than 2 to 3, I think you might end up having some storage struggles, but not too bad. TV in here as well. And then our view, which is really rad. You can see all of Epic Universe. You can see into Wizarding World of Harry Potter over there. You can see Isle of Berk, Obviously all of Celestial Park, including an incredible view of the nighttime fountain show, which hopefully they will run tonight and we will get to see just a glance of Dark Universe from here and Super Nintendo World over there. Closet in this room too. This is the only like closet space in this room. It's on the small side, but still enough, I think, to store bags and things. Luggage rack, ironing board, coat hangers, plus this little laundry list situation. Extra pillow and blanket, iron, and programmable in-room safe. This bed also blocked off under, so hard to lose things under it, but also no storage. Passing this print that I called little dots in my preview video, but someone pointed out is actually the moon phases. Passing your moon phases art, you come to the bathroom, which has this huge, beautiful mirror where you can see me do this. I know you were waiting for that one. Really love these light fixtures. These are actually a similar design to the one that hangs in the entryway, which is super cute. 2 sinks here and a large vanity, which is good because this is the only bathroom for 6 people, up to 6 people. So could be a lot of folks getting ready at the same time. We've got some cups, shower cap, face bar, and lotion, tissues, plus a little cotton swab, cotton ball kit. And then there are drawers in the bathroom. You'll find your hair dryer tucked away. Then you have, through this door, your bathroom, which does have a blue tile shower. Quite beautiful. Here's that shower head, your controls, and a little ledge for your products. Full-size bathtub, a bar to hold on to, and your toiletries, which include body wash, conditioner, and shampoo. Of course, the commode is in this room as well. And this is all closed off and there is a lock on this door. There's also a lock on the main bedroom. No lock on the kids' room. But wait, there's more. We're in the other room now. We do have the connecting room, so I can access between this connecting door. The way these work is there's a lock on them, so if you're not sharing the rooms, you can lock it. And both doors have to be open, and when they are, look, now I'm in this room, now I'm in this room. Now I'm in this room, I'm in this room. Standard room starts much the same way. Same door situation, same ceiling light, same floor length mirror where you can see me do this. You thought I wasn't going to, but I was. Yeah. Then we have our wardrobe closet scenario here. On the small side, double doors, same stuff in here as that other closet. The main room space, so standard hotel room here, and you'll see the same design is brought over into this room. Lots of the globe lighting. I love that floor lamp. The other room doesn't have that floor lamp. Tablet in between the 2 beds, and all the sides of the beds have their own reading lights, 4 pillows on each, and this is a 2 queen bedroom, as you can tell. Same middle table, chair, and a little table in here to sit if you'd like, plus that floor lamp. You got the same curtains in here. They are also automatic, so they open and close on their own. Beautiful park view in this particular room. Look at those fountains go. Then you have sort of your main console of the room, little desk area with a table lamp, the rundown notepad, phone, that same lunar phases artwork, and a chair, plus a dresser here, different dresser we have in this room. This is also where you'll find your ice bucket, Fiji waters, and coffee under your TV. The drawers are all the same size, little smaller. They open up to this size. This is where your fridge is, and it is much smaller, little kind of beverage cooler style fridge. Thermostat on the wall next to the bed, and then your bathroom mirror here. It's basically like a halved version of the bathroom we saw already. So mirror where you can see me do this. There are makeup mirrors. I didn't point this out in the other bathroom. The other bathroom had this too. And there aren't usually makeup mirrors at Universal hotels, and we like makeup mirrors here because of this. Same amenities available in this room. 4 drawers, bigger drawers in the bathroom that actually do hold your towels, some of your towels, and your hair dryer. A couple hand towels, washcloths here. And then a smaller commoded shower room with a sliding door that still does lock. Commode, trash can, plus sliding glass door shower that does have a ledge since it's not a full bathtub. They do have accessible rooms here, so this is not an accessible shower, but they do have them. So you can get that when you are booking. Same shower controls and shower head. There, your conditioner, shampoo, and body wash amenities. Now, of course, we have to do bed science because we've got to check this out. But before that, I'm going to toss you over to, I'm so sorry to do this, but I'm going to toss you to Buzzkill Quincy because she has to tell you the brutal cost of staying in this hotel. And I'll tell you, it's not pretty. And I'm really sorry to do that to you. And you should be mad at her and not me because I'm fun and cool. And she just likes to tell you how you'll have to spend money if you want to experience these things. So have fun with her, I guess. If I were a buzzkill, could I do this? Don't think so. Let's talk about pricing. Helios Grand's pricing starts at around $300 per night, but you might not find it for that rate. Pricing is subject to change based on date, room type, and view type. You can get a couple of different view types here, including the standard, pool view, and of course, the theme park view, the creme de la creme. There's also different room types, including 2 queen bed standard rooms, a king bed standard room, the club level rooms, suite options, including the How to Train Your Dragon Kids suite, plus some specialty suites. More often, you're going to be looking at an average of around $450 per night for a standard 2 queen bed room. For a park view 1 king bed room, you're looking at closer to around $600 per night. In club level, you get up to like $630 per night. Universal does offer discounts, so keep an eye out for those. For instance, with the Stay More, Save More discount, rooms are almost $100 cheaper in most instances. Rooms like this, How to Train Your Dragon Kids Suite, tend to cost between $800 and $950 per night. We paid $880 per night for this kid room. But it sleeps 6 people, which is great, but that's still pricey. Once you get up into the specialty suites, we're talking over $1,000 per night, and for the presidential suite, over $2,000 per night. So wide range of pricing here, the lowest possible being a little bit under $300, but keep an eye out because those rates not always going to be happening. Still, those base rates between $300 and $500 are about what it costs to stay at the cheapest of Disney World's deluxe hotels, so things like Animal Kingdom Lodge and Wilderness Lodge. I would put this about at the level of those hotels. Like I like this about as much as I like those hotels. And I like it more than I like some of the hotels that are more expensive than that in Disney World. So that's pretty cool. Plus, it's got the added benefit of being right next to Epic Universe, which is great. You can't really pass up on that. That rocks. Anyway, I can see how this would be a buzzkill because this is not the cheapest hotel in the world. But I still resent being called Buzzkill Quincy, because if I were a buzzkill, would I be able to do this? Woo! Sorry you had to deal with her. She is the worst. But luckily, you're back with me now, and we get to do a redecorating montage. They didn't cut one of the cable ties. Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna go get scissors. Plot twist, the redecorating montage is not me. They called a man to cut my zip tie and some photos and some folks to set the bed up. So it's happening. Didn't know that was gonna happen. So I went down to the concierge and I was like, hey, there's just a zip tie. Like, can I borrow some scissors or can someone come up and cut it? And they were like, yeah, someone will be right up. I waited like 5 minutes and like 4 people showed up. It was 3, but they all showed up and they were like, sofa bed set up? And I was like, the maintenance guy was like, I'm here. There's a problem with your sofa bed. I was like, yeah, it's just the zip tie. And he was like, oh, gets his knife out, comes in. Then these 2 women show up and they're like, you called for a sofa bed set up? And I'm like, yeah, it's in here. And then they set it up for me. And I didn't have to. That was crazy. I didn't know that was an option. So here's what she looks like, all set up, nice and made right outside in the middle of this like strange room. Now I will say we probably have one of the stranger shaped How to Train Your Dragon Kids suites because we are on this like corner of the hotel, but I still think this space is pretty useful here. Things happened, and this is being filmed from the future where it is nighttime, but I'm about to speedrun bed science, and you're gonna get a sneak peek of what it looks like at night if you look closely. But it's time for a bed science speedrun. Ready? And go! King bed. Brand new mattress, so pretty firm, but not uncomfortable. It's kind of got a plushness to it where it is rising to meet my back. And I do feel like I would get a good night's sleep on this. Comfortable king bed mattress. Sofa bed. Not as comfortable. Feels like a foam mattress from IKEA, which isn't the worst thing in the world. And honestly, like, I don't think I'd have trouble sleeping on this, but obviously not as comfortable as the full mattress. Kids bed. Pretty comfortable. This feels the same as the king, maybe like 5% plusher, honestly. It is small. This is a small bed for small people, aka children. You're like, oh, you're out of beds. No, I have a second room. Queen bed. Woo! Same as the king bed. Feels the exact same. That's all my beds. I mean, technically I Didn't test that bed, but it's the same as this bed. Now, you're going back to Quincy in the past secretly. Bed science complete. I think it's time for us to see more of the hotel. We have all the amenities to explore, but it's about time for us to head to what is maybe the crown jewel of this hotel, which is apparently the crown jewel of Epic Universe, and that's at the very top floor on the roof. And I can't wait to take you guys up there. You may have already seen it if you watched my preview video, but we're actually gonna try out some of the things they offer there and see the full experience and maybe sit outside if it's not too windy or hot or sunny because I don't have any sunscreen on. Let's go to Bar Helios. Made it up to Bar Helios, beautiful rooftop bar. We're sitting out on the patio, which has gorgeous views of Epic Universe. Daytime, nighttime, no matter what time you're here, the views are gorgeous. The patio is not covered, so warning in weather. Parts of it are, but most of it is not. And also the inside is also very beautiful, so if you have to sit inside, you can see the beautiful interior there. Really unique menu, tapas style, lots of Mediterranean influence here in a very modern and unique way. Big complaint so far on the patio is that the no-see-ums, little bugs, are all over us and all of our drinks, and I think in my nose. But that is really kind of just a symptom of Florida. It's just hopefully the bug control can happen. Just be warned, you'll have to deal with a lot of little bugs if you're out on the patio. All right, so first impression of the menu here at Bar Helios is that it's wild. The drinks have like Greek yogurt syrup and Dylan olive oil infused Grey Goose and golden raisin infused Grey Goose and pomegranate molasses, feta honey. Really interesting cocktails. And here are the ones we went with. We went with the Greek God, which is that Dylan olive oil Grey Goose. This is the Mount Olympus, which is gin, lemon lavender kind of vibe. And then over there is the Athenian milk punch, which does have the Greek yogurt syrup because we just had to try it. All right, and if you thought the drinks looked cool, check out the food. Incredible looking. This is the meze spreads. You can also get these down at Flora Taverna. We have the salmon crudo, which looks incredible. The pork belly also looks incredible. And this is their cheese plate. This is their cheese board. I just want to, I was literally just saying to Miranda and our mysterious off-screen editor / producer, I don't know what she wants me to call her. She's really high maintenance. Yes. And I got a lot of trouble all the time, just whenever she's around. It's not helpful at all. We were just talking about how I am personally very impressed by this hotel. There are some opening day kinks, but the food has been incredible. The drinks have been some of the best drinks I have had, at least in the last year, if not in my entire life. The cocktails have been incredible at this hotel. The rooms are beautiful. The views of Epic Universe are beautiful. The staff is so wonderful. And the food is beautiful. I stayed at a lot of hotels. I review a lot of hotels. And I am, so far, haven't slept yet, very impressed with this. And literally I'm already pricing out another stay for next month. That's how much I like it. Okay, done with Bar Helios. This was honestly an incredible experience. Really unique cocktails that were balanced in every way and so delicious. I truly think there's a cocktail for everyone on that menu. Food-wise, I had some hits and some misses. I wouldn't get the pork belly. It was a little bit bland, but the other items we got, the salmon, the spreads, and the incredible farmer's cheese are all things I would 100% get, again, with beautiful presentation. Speaking of cool presentation, both of the desserts we tried were really cool. Now these, I think you start to get into a really more unique, more maybe not picky eater friendly place with. The under the smoke dish was very smoky, incredibly smoky. So if you don't like the taste of smoke, you're not gonna like the taste of this mousse. The rose one, the only way I can describe this dessert is sultry and romantic. It's got these crushed rose petals on it from the nitrogen rose and cardamom ice cream that have these really robust romantic flavors. It's not something that is like a comfort food or something you'll just want to devour. It is something that is really well executed and feels very upscale. And all of this is stuff that you can eat in an incredible location with the rooftop of Helios Grand. If you're inside, you're looking up at that incredible domed constellation ceiling and that feature bar. And if you're outside, you're looking at panoramic views of Epic Universe or the Orlando area. The staff was fantastic. You don't have to be staying at Helios Grand to visit Bar Helios or Flora Taverna from earlier. You just have to spend a certain amount, which is on the screen now, to get your parking validated. Otherwise, parking for day guests here is egregiously expensive. It is $125 per day for day guests. And that is because it is obviously could be a hack for parking at Epic Universe and entering into Epic Universe using this hotel's entrance. If you're staying overnight, it's $35 a day, so a lot more reasonable. If you spend a certain amount of money at either Flora Taverna or Bar Helios, you can get your parking validated at those restaurants, and it is validated all the way to complimentary. So if you're interested in these restaurants but don't really want to commit to a full stay, you can stop in and try them out. But with that, I think it's time we see the rest of the hotel before the sun goes down, and we have to get ready to use our special Epic Universe entry tomorrow morning. I'm excited. Now, where better to start a hotel tour than in the lobby? It's a very good place to start, and it's where your journey at this hotel will begin. So if you arrive via a Lyft or an Uber, you'll arrive at this porte-cochere out here. This is also where valet parking will occur, just outside the front of the hotel. So if you want valet, you can access that here. Valet is about $129 for day guests and $45 for overnight guests. The parking deck to the right here is going to be the rest of parking, that's self-parking. So it's pretty easy to access. I love that Universal does parking decks. It's a little bit more reasonable than non-parking decks. And otherwise, you can see it's just kind of a nice entrance. There's the wonderful Helios Grand Hotel logo out here, great for a photo. And the valet desk is located to the right here. Once you head inside, it opens up to the beautiful lobby. Now, the lobby is not incredibly themed, but I don't think that is the intention of this hotel. The intention of this hotel is for a design to be inspired by the sun god Apollo, whose statue you can see right out front of the hotel. There is this incredible sunburst chandelier, and the entire hotel is meant to feel like as you move up the hotel, you are moving through the course of the day. So the lobby evokes sunrise and the start of the morning. As you move up through the hotel, you'll notice different colors on each of the floors that represent the day going by, starting with a light pink for sunrise, moving to oranges, and then blue, and then dark blue and black for night, which I absolutely love. The lobby doesn't feel very grand, which when I first walked in, I was a little bit disappointed, but it's more than made up for with this panoramic floor-to-ceiling window that looks out over Epic Universe with the incredible Apollo statue rearing back to fire his arrow out over the park. It's just a gorgeous window, and you can walk outside on this terrace at any time. Now, today is a team member preview day. Tomorrow is the first day of annual pass holder previews, which I will be attending using that entrance for the hotel. But you can see there's gorgeous fountain work and literally a glance right out to the park, right out to the fountains where the nighttime fountain show will happen, all right here. There's also beautiful views of the hotel itself from this pavilion, just towering over, where you can see those huge windows that look out over and give those park views. Now in the lobby, of course, there are a couple of amenities that you'll probably access. We have the check-in desks over here to the left, which is where you will arrive when you check in, let them know that you're here. And to the right, we have the concierge, the Universal Orlando Resort Vacation Planning Center. This is a spot that can help you with reservations for the restaurant, as well as the vacation planning can help you with reservations in the park, with your park tickets. You can plan, purchase, pick up, upgrade, anything you need for your tickets. These desks are accompanied by this beautiful kind of like stained glass, printed glass vibe behind them. Also just off the lobby is the more casual dining option. This is Flora Taverna. Now I say casual, but it is still table service and the prices vary. So you can have some options that are below $20, but a lot of options are above. Different menus for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and a beautiful atmosphere. For a little bit more easy of an option, we have Aurora Market across the hall. Now there is no full quick service option at this hotel, but Aurora Market is the grab and go stop. So this spot is where you can find a lot of grab and go options, including some beautiful looking gelato, plus crafted desserts. And additionally, they have specialty coffee drinks, teas, as well as salads, sandwiches that you can grab to go if you're looking for something very quick, easy grab and go. There's a Coca-Cola Freestyle in here, a couple of grab and go options. Universal grab and goes tend to have surprisingly upscale options if you actually take a look. like overnight oats here or this protein shake. Can't really find stuff like that at a lot of hotel grab and goes, so just keep an eye out. Also, the sandwiches and wraps look honestly very tasty if you're in for something quick. Now, if you're headed up to Bar Helios or your room, you'll want to take the elevator. But over here, we have the very important park entrance. I'm not going to film too closely. This is a security checkpoint, but this park entrance is where you will use your park tickets to be able to get into Epic Universe directly. So security is inside the hotel, which is a massive amenity, especially when you consider early entry, which means you're getting into the park not only earlier than everybody else because you're a hotel guest at Universal, an hour earlier, you also get to use a dedicated park entrance. So you're probably in faster than those at the front of the park. ATM if you need it, and then moving on, we'll find some more amenities around this corner. There is a full fitness center that is accessible to guests with tons of state-of-the-art equipment, treadmills, and everything that you might need to work out. And then across the hall, where we have some fun options. Here's the game room. It's the arcade. It's pretty large. There's lots of folks in there, so I'm not going to head in right now, but lots of Universal themed games, claw machines, a little bit of a business center if that's something you might need during your stay. The pool, and it is the perfect time for us to look at the pool because the sun is going down. So the pool is interestingly placed because it's actually placed right on the front lawn of the hotel. And visually from the pool, you can see a lot of the show buildings for Epic Universe. This right here is the show building for Monsters Unchained. So you'd think it would kill the vibe, but when you're here, it doesn't kill the vibe as much. You can hear screaming from Curse of the Werewolf, and there's the Dark Universe Castle, which looks awesome right there. So the pool is right on the front lawn. It's right by the bus stop, which is over here. When you're staying at Helios Grand, you do obviously have easy walkability to Epic Universe, but you can also take a bus to Volcano Bay or to City Walk to access the other two Universal theme parks, Universal Studios and Universal Islands of Adventure. I'm dying because this is a croquet lawn. What? There's a croquet set over here. What is this, Heather's? But the pool, despite being sort of in this strange spot facing the road and next to Epic Universe, is down a pathway and feels very private, very secluded, and in my opinion is one of the more beautiful pools that Universal hotels have done. There isn't a ton of theming, so it's not the most exciting for kids. There's no slide, but it is a gorgeous pool area with some very nice amenities to be added to it. Now, there are cabanas for rent, so if you want a little bit more of an upscale pool day, you can rent a private cabana that does offer couches, tables, and more with TVs as well, which is pretty nice. Those will also have service, but you don't have to rent a cabana to get poolside service because this is one of Universal's signature collection hotels. So you can actually get pretty nice amenities even without renting a cabana. There are a number of cabanas, about 20, so good availability of those. And then you have the rest of the pool. Oh, I'm so glad came out here at this time. This is the time I first saw the pool, and I found it really spectacular because of the way the sun shines across. It's a little later than then, but it's a nicer hotel, so expect nicer pool chairs. They aren't cushioned, but I actually prefer not cushioned pool chairs because these dry a bit faster, and they do look quite comfy. Oh yeah, these are comfy. I'm not gonna lay all the way down because I won't get up. Now later in the evening, you might find a fire lit up out here, and around this corner, you'll find the pool bar, Lotus Lagoon, which has this kind of Coliseum vibe. In fact, the entire pool does. There's a hot tub also. I'm gonna film it through the trees here since there are a good number of folks in it. It's not exactly warm enough for swimming, but hot tub here. And then the pool is quite large, especially for a hotel of this size. I think you'd be kind of hard-pressed to find a day where the pool is super crowded. The beautiful Lotus Lagoon pool bar. Now, I'm a major fan of Universal pool drinks. I've always loved Universal pool drinks. They're some of my favorite drinks that you can get, like from a refreshing pool perspective. Pool has some fountains and things over on this end, and as you can see, a lot of pool seating all around. Tables for the Lotus Lagoon bar here. There are poolside activities like the cornhole or Connect 4 that is right here. Oh, Jenga, somebody lost. Brutal. I can understand some critiques of like the looming ride building and the distance there, but I would say that I would have an incredibly relaxing day here. So, take that as you will. Plus, who doesn't want the Dark Universe portal looming over their pool day? I know I certainly do. Reminds me Dracula's over there. It's also one of those, what are they called? Cohesion edge pools? where the pool comes right up to the very edge and it just looks so classy and cool. So I don't know, big fan of the pool, big fan of the look of the pool bar, and would love to spend a day out here, but we unfortunately have a park day for the next 2 days. I say unfortunately, and by that I mean so fortunately. Now, of course, we already have a couple of videos out about Epic Universe on the channel with more to come explaining the new park, all the tips and tricks, and how you can have the best time. But if you want a super easy way to get the basics of Epic Universe under your belt, you can just scan the QR code that you see on the screen right now or head to AllEars.net/epicuniverse. This is basically your free digital download that is a guide to the park and will get you prepped, the basics, before you're heading in. So a super easy way to do it. Grab that, watch our videos, you'll feel prepped. Now, while you're having your pool day, if you need anything, you can stop by Pool Services. They do have infused water as well as sunscreen. That is a sign that this is a nicer hotel. And something I'll point out is that these kind of amenities are the kind of thing that I expect at higher end hotels and are the kind of things that you maybe won't see at the deluxe Disney hotels. I don't know the last time I saw free sunscreen at a Disney deluxe hotel. And the last time I saw infused water was at the Polynesian Tower, but that is literally one of the most high-end options at Disney, and rooms there cost about double what the rooms here cost. Slipping outside of the pool gate, we find ourselves back at the perk. So this is a big hotel, but it's not super big. Out front is also where you'll get rideshare pickup will happen here under the perk. They sometimes have specialty, yeah, look, they have a specialty ride app pickup spot that you can walk around to with the pathway over there, which makes it a little bit easier for your Uber driver to get to you. If you're headed to the other parks, including Volcano Bay, you can swing over here to the bus shelters. Now, Universal buses, in my experience, are very consistent. We're seeing one drive away right now. I would say it will be 10 minutes max until another bus is here. I have like mixed feelings about the look of the outside of the hotel because I actually think the windows feel a little out of place in the Mediterranean design, but I know that those windows look like that to make sure that you have the incredible views that you get from inside these rooms of the floor to ceiling windows. And that is more important than what the hotel looks like on the outside. We're headed back to the elevator. We've done a little loop, see, lobby. This is the Universal Studios store. It is a small Universal Studios store. Pretty much this is gonna have things you might have forgotten, like swimwear, the essentials wall over there. Very important things like feminine products, medicine, baby care. That's stuff you're gonna find here. In case you forgot anything or need anything, a toothbrush, all here. It also does have a selection of Epic Universe merchandise, but not a huge selection, it's more limited. Got Dark Universe here, Wizarding World, including the new Wizarding World wands, which are the new Mach 2 interactive wands. There are more designs than just these as well. I have a different design from these. I love these new house shirts and the magical creatures, How to Train Your Dragon, Nintendo, everything represented here. But it is just a smaller selection of the merch than you'll find in the park, so don't rely on this store. If you see something in the park you love, don't be like, oh, they'll have it at the hotel. They probably won't, so grab it in the park. They even have package delivery if you're staying, so no reason not to. Let's head into the elevators to talk about where the rest of the stuff is laid out. Here you can see we've got the pink on floor 2 that represents the sunrise, that like pinkish red. And then if you go up further, orange, lighter orange. Sorry to everyone who's watching me freak out about the fact that you can watch the colors of the sunrise by going up the hotel in the lobby art. So why would you be going to all these floors? Okay, light blue, it's daytime. What do you think this is like? Probably like 10 a.m. Ooh, that's bright. That's like 1, 2 p.m. Those ones are pretty. Oh, nice. Very like bright afternoon here. But I think we're getting into the evening colors. Maybe on the next one. 9th floor. Oh yeah, beautiful deep blue here. Very nice. This is also, as you figured out, the club level floor, which is the club lounge is down that way. There is a special club level lounge on this floor. And finally, the 10th floor, which doesn't have any rooms, but it is where our hallway art will turn to night. Oh wow, really night because it's kind of dark now. But look, they're black or very dark blue for nighttime. And then you have Bar Helios here. So 10th floor is home to Bar Helios, where we were, the beautiful views, and also home to the Helios Grand Ballroom, which is an event space located on the top floor. I just came back to the room and the Epic Universe lights are on. Wow, okay, it's still pretty bright out, but I can see that the fountain does have lights, and it appears there is some kind of the fountain show is kind of happening. But hopefully it'll be happening when it's a little darker too, so we can see it a bit better. And that is our experience here at Helios Grand so far. Lots going for it, but I think that we're gonna have to really evaluate that perk tomorrow to know if it's worth it. So stay tuned as I sleep with 8-hour extended bed science. Then we get breakfast and see how it works going into Epic Universe. Then we can talk about if it's worth it. See you then. Good morning. Back at Flora Taverna for breakfast. Breakfast here, really interesting. Sunrise buffet. So you can do a buffet if you want. You can also order a la carte off the menu with eggs. They've got a shawarma, spiced beef hash, lemon ricotta pancakes. Good variety here. Most of the main entrees are between 20 and 30 bucks. The buffet is 36. So, not the cheapest breakfast in the world. For that, you want to head across to Aurora Market. But we'll talk about Flora Taverna in general, since we will have had lunch and breakfast. And then we get to use our dedicated park entrance to have early entry at Epic Universe. This is my shirt that says, I want to kiss the Dracula animatronic. And I'm gonna. Okay, meal complete at Flora Taverna. We've had lunch and breakfast here. The dinner menu is different. It has some more options than the lunch menu. Pastas and a butcher board and stuff. We will have a review of dinner up on our website, so go ahead and head over there if you're curious about dinner. But in general, I can recommend Flora Taverna. It is not the cheapest option in the world. Expect to pay between $20 and $30 for entrees, no matter which meal you're coming to. And some of those entrees can be even more expensive, particularly at dinner. But most everything we've had has been really impressive. I think out of the two, I would rather do breakfast. I really enjoyed the breakfast options. I love that it has the buffet. I loved the shawarma beef tenderloin, so delicious. And it's just nice to get a nice hearty breakfast in before a big theme park day. And you can come and eat before the park opens, so you're not losing any park time. So that would be my recommendation if you're picking one meal for here. But in general, I would recommend it. I found the food awesome, the service incredible. I love the options. The environment's really nice, and you get views of Epic Universe. So big fan of Flora Taverna. And now we get to go get in line, which apparently is a long line to go into Epic Universe. The park opens at 11 today. Early entry for resort guests is at 10 a.m. It is the first day of annual pass holder previews, and I'm hearing from people around us that the line has gotten long. So let's go see how brutal it is. Okay, I just used the Helios dedicated entrance. Basically, you need to have your ticket media all set up. I did not, so I had a couple issues, but they have guest services there to help in case you need it, which I did. But basically, you scan your ticket. They'll do the face recognition, which is a big thing here at Epic. And then you get to come in on this nice pathway into the park. It's still early. The park's not open yet, so we'll still be in a line on this pathway. But we're out front of Helios. All right, we just got let into the park. Attractions will not start until about 10. And for early entry, as of right now, what's opening is Stardust Racers and Super Nintendo World. Now, whether or not that will stay the situation, unclear. We are in previews. Anything could change at this point. So early, it's 9:51. The ride's open at 10. Folks are coming in from the front of the park, but this is an incredible perk. Let's talk about if Helios Grand is worth it. So this is an expensive hotel. Obviously, you have to kind of debate, because if you're paying $1,000, if you're paying $500 a night to stay here, you want to make sure it's worth it. I've had an incredible experience. I would like to lead with the caveat that this is opening day, and that they are doing the best. They're putting their best possible foot forward. The staff is all really excited, but it was a really good foot. The rooms are nice, even if they aren't hyper luxury. The hotel's amenities are awesome, and the food is great. From a perks perspective, you get all those universal perks except the included express pass. You get early entry, you get that Epic Universe dedicated entrance right on the park. Obviously, the views of Epic Universe. You get access to Universal's bus system, charging privileges to your room, package delivery, and that early entry works at the other parks as well, typically for the Wizarding World of Harry Potter and Velocicoaster, things like that. It is an hour of early entry, which is a ton of time, so the perks are awesome. Pros-wise for Helios Grand, love those perks. Epic Universe location is just so hard to beat when this park is so darn cool and you just want to be here. And if you're coming to Epic Universe, it's hard to beat that location. In fact, it's impossible. The food was incredible. I was super impressed with the food here. Loved it. Cons-wise, that price, it's not easy to swallow. Also, you can definitely get nicer experiences at non-theme park hotels for that price. So, that's something to weigh. But overall, my take, I'm already looking at booking another room here, truly. I have reviewed every single Disney World hotel and almost every single Universal hotel. I only have one more. And I hardly ever want to book myself a room at these hotels, and this time I do. So take that what you will. I am literally looking at booking a room for my birthday, and I'm really excited. So I do think it's worth it. Of course, that varies based on your family, your needs, your priorities, but that's my review. I've loved Helios Grand. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. If you're still here, go ahead and give me a like and drop this secret code in the comments so I know you made it all the way. And don't forget to subscribe. We upload info, tips, games, and more from Universal and beyond 7 days a week because we're serious about fun here. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.